Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I've got another video for you guys. Today is a story time, and as some of you may know, I don't really tell story times just to tell story times. There's always a meaning behind every story time that I've done on this channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the time that my hair fell out because of relaxer. And before you actually go on with this video, please, those that are just watching my video for the first time, you're welcome. Please like, share and subscribe. And those that are new, please don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to show some love. Do you know what I mean? As you guys have seen on my channel, I am a natural hair babe right now, but I wasn't always a natural hair babe. So from like a very young age, I used to get my hair relaxed, used to get my hair done and stuff like that. I love getting my hair done, you know, I love getting my hair done, but I just don't like, personally, I just don't like doing my own hair. But when I was younger, I used to love getting my hair done. I used to love sitting in the hairdresser's chair, getting my hair done. And one thing that I used to get done was relaxer. And I think obviously like back then that was like the fashion, and that was like what was going on at the time. And people used to get their hair relaxed like it was nobody's business. It was like the norm, it was the complete norm, and that was what I knew, like relaxer. And it used to be like every what weeks, how many weeks, every 3 weeks, every month.
I think so.
Yeah, I used to get it retouched like every month and stuff like that. So it just became the norm, and that was what I was used to. So obviously like for years and years and years and years and years, that was the norm. That was what I would do, get my hair relaxed, have my hair out in relaxer, whatever. So I never actually knew what my hair was like in its natural state. I never actually knew what it was like to have kinky hair, because my hair was not kinky. Like it would obviously go to like some sort of curl pattern, but it wasn't my actual natural state because I'd been having my hair relaxed for so long. Fast forward to about was it like 4 years ago? Was it 4 years ago?
I think it was 2017 or 2018.
27. No, it must have been 2017. So 3 years ago. So mind you, I've been a natural babe for coming up to 3 years now, and that's gone so fast, you know. How it got to that was, I remember there was a time where there was like this whole craze about natural hair, and everybody was saying that natural hair is the way and relaxers are bad and stuff like that. And I believe my sister was the one that actually started on the natural hair journey first. My sister was like, no, I want to be an Afro babe, I want to be Afrocentric, do you understand? So obviously we just kind of said like, okay, like that's cool, that's whatever. But me, I continued until there was a certain point where I was just like, do you know what, like I think this was a time when, because I learned how to do my own hair in like my teenage years, when I was like, how old was I, 14, 15? And also just because like that love for going to hairdressers just stopped, and I was just like, yeah, let me just start doing my own hair, because you know I like to be able to be in control of the kind of pain that I can tolerate on my head. So I just said, okay, that's fine, that's cool. So obviously, okay, fast forward now to the part that I'm actually meant to get back to. Okay, so this was around the time that I actually decided to just keep doing like hairstyles and stuff. And I was on the fence about being natural, because obviously I'd been relaxing my hair for so long, and I wasn't sure if it was something that I wanted to like, if it was a bridge or the fence that I wanted to jump over. So I was just putting it off for so long. So I was just doing my hair in different styles. And I think this was at a point where I actually had my hair out quite a bit, and I used to just like sleek it down and stuff like that. So I never actually like retouched it. And now it was going on to like 3 months of me not like touching it up. And obviously like my hair was now at this point transitioning from relaxed to natural. So like, and obviously my hair was still growing, and I believe my sister, she what's the word? She transitioned, like my sister, to get to her natural hair now. She transitioned and obviously gradually cutting off the relaxed hair off the ends. So that's something that I was like, okay, that's something I can do, because I will never cut my hair. I won't cut my hair. Yeah, at that point I was telling myself, no, I will just transition, transition, because I was like, I'm not going to cut my hair. I don't want to start again like that. Let me just transition it. Obviously some people were like, no, just cut it off because it's just quicker that way. And I was like, excuse me, for me to walk around with my hair short? Nope, it's not going to happen. Obviously I was having my fun now, and I was like, okay, my hair's, I don't know if I want to keep doing this natural hair thing. So I was just like, okay, I really want to like I really want to relax it. I want to relax it. Or was it texturizer, Charmaine? Was it yeah, I said that. Okay, now I want to relax it. Now I want to kind of get it back to what I'm used to, because I don't want to know what it's like on the other side. Let me just stick to my relaxer. So then I decided, okay, let me just relax my hair. And then obviously I was talking about it to my friends. I was just like, guys, I want to relax my hair, blah 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 blah. So then they were just kind of like to me like, are you sure, like that's what you want to do? And I was like, yeah, like let me just relax my. No, it happened 2018. I've been a natural hair babe since it's 2017. No, I've been, yep, we got the dates right. So I was like telling my friend, yeah, I want to relax my hair, She's like, do you know what, Charlene, I do my own hair, I relax my own hair, let me do it for you. Yeah, I think what she said was she texturizes her hair, but she was like, it's basically the same thing, so let me just like relax your hair. And obviously the person who would usually do it is my mum, because she had been doing my hair for thus far. So I was just like, I'm not quite sure, but she reassured me that okay, she can do it. And I think that at the time, like my mom was busy anyways, so, and I had never relaxed hair, so I was just like, I'm not about to experiment on myself. So what had happened was I remember the day so vividly, because I remember just how upset I was. I remember just how upset I was. I remember just how angry I was. Have you been so angry before that you literally like can see the smoke coming off of your head? That's how angry I was. Like, okay, cool. So she's now mixed a relaxer. I'm like, yeah, let's go. You know, obviously I'm gonna look like a fan babe after this. Do you know what I mean? With my silky hair. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, cool. We're getting the show on the road. Now, so now obviously she's parting my hair and stuff, and I'm just sat in my mirror because she came to mine. I'm now sat in my mirror and I'm like, okay, let's go, it's go time. Let's go, it's go time. Yeah, cool. Guys, when I tell you, oh my god, I remember the pain. I remember the burning sensation on my head. I actually remember the burning sensation on my head. So she started on the right side of my head first, yeah, because obviously when you relax you part your hair into sections so you can do it like properly. So I remember she started on this part of my hair first, and then, guys, I kid you not, I'm not even, listen, as soon as she placed the relaxer on my head, you know, like when you're doing relaxer hair, you're meant to put it on the roots first and then you put it on the entire hair. She had just finished putting it on the roots, and obviously part of it touches your scalp, innit? Guys, as soon as she was done on this part, putting it on the scalp, please tell me why my head was burning. You know, like there's relaxer burning after it's been sat in your hair for like 10-15 minutes, yeah, that's fine because you know it's cooking, you know your hair is in the baking process, yeah, but like this is burning. I was like, this is a different kind of sensation. You know, the way I was just sat in my chair, I was like, maybe it's because I haven't relaxed my hair for so long. I was just so confused as to why like it was burning so quickly. But I was just like, maybe it's just because I haven't relaxed it for so long. Maybe. I was telling myself maybe. She got to like the back part of the right side of my head, and then I just remember this front part just burning, and I was just like to her, listen, yeah, my head is burning, you know. And she's like, girl, that's just what relaxer does. Like, don't worry, that's just what relaxer does. I was like, girl, my head is burning, and you're telling me relax. My head is burning. You know what I'm saying? It was burning. Like, I feel like if I had kept that relaxer on, yeah, it would have eaten into my skin. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because the way it was burning, like, oh my gosh. I said to her, listen, darling, yeah, this is what we're not going to do anymore, because this sensation that I feel on my head is not a normal kind of sensation, and a sane person will not allow the sensation to keep going on. So I was just like, no, I need to wash this relaxer off my head right now, because no, this is not ordinary sensation. And I just could not do it. I ran to the bathroom and I was like, please, let's wash it out, because at this point tears were streaming down my face. So she was like, okay, guys, please tell me why. As she was washing out my hair, I saw clumps of my hair, and oh my god, I saw clumps of my hair coming out in the shower. Days went by and I would comb my hair and hair would be coming out. I was so devastated, because I never expected something like that to happen, you know. I just felt like, you know, being able to see my hair, I can change up my look, but if my hair's mashed up, I can't change my look. If my hair's mashed up, I can't be versatile. Do you know what I mean? So it really like got to me. After that, obviously, I tried to like do hairstyles and stuff to kind of conceal it. So I think I used to like, because obviously this side of my hair, from this braid, this side, my hair was fine, but it was just this part. And when I tell you, it literally looked as if like I shaved this part, and it was a style that I was rocking. You know that Rihanna thing that she did where she shaved this part and she had this part? That's what it looked like. That's literally what it looked like. It looked like I actually intentionally shaved off the side of my head. But no, I never would have intentionally done such a style like that in my whole entire life. So I was really just upset, because it was just kind of like, people think I'm rocking a style that I never actually intended to do, and I don't know if I even like it. But I tried to kind of make it work anyways, because I used to try and kind of style my hair in different ways, but now I look back and I cringe. But at the time, you know, I was still doing my thing, do you understand? So I was just so like, and I used to just look at it. Like, you know when you just stare at something in the mirror and you just shake your head? This I would do that, I would just look at it and be like, girl, you have been through it. When I came to uni, I had braids and stuff like that, and I tried to rock a weave. And obviously when I came to uni, that's when I learned about wigs and stuff. But I tried to rock a weave when I came to uni, and it was just absolutely despicable, because obviously like my leave out required like some sort of attention. But because of the traumatic thing that I had been through, I said I'm not touching relaxer again. Actually, that was the last time I touched relaxer. So I said I'm never touching relaxer again. And I was just like, I was even scared to apply heat to my hair, because I was just like, I don't know what kind of damage I would do as well. And then lo and behold, I think one of the girls that I was friends with was just kind of like, do you know what, like, why don't you just cut your hair? Because obviously like I was seeing everybody was doing fine babe with their wigs anyways. I was like, me, I haven't yet, you know, raised the funds to even buy a wig like that. So I was just kind of like, okay, like let me actually just do the big chop. I mean, at this point, part of my head is come off anyway, so what harm could it do? So 2017, I believe it was November, I did the big chop and I cut all my hair off. I cut it off, And I remember the night I was like, oh my god, I don't know if I should cut it, I don't know what I should do, like I don't know if I should cut it. And my friend was just like, do you know what, let me just cut it for you. But I remember when she cut it, like obviously she started nice, and people were at that time, obviously like people cutting their hair, and you know it's still fashion to this day, but people cutting their hair and stuff. And I just felt like I would look weird in my natural state. I felt like I would look weird like with short hair or just being different. So like I didn't want to have my hair out. And I think I didn't want to have my hair out. And obviously the same, like the girl, she was like, you can borrow my wigs and stuff. So I was just kind of rocking that until like I managed to get my own wig. So I never wanted it out. Like obviously I would just have it out, like have my head out, because my hair was short. I'll just have my head out like when I would be around like friends and stuff, but I wouldn't rock it out because I just felt like I just looked weird with short hair. I just felt like I wasn't myself. I felt like I just looked weird. I wasn't pretty if my hair was cut. So I never used to have it out, and I would just rock wigs. And obviously like what's crazy and funny is my hair actually grew back very fast. Like imagine, okay, November 2017 you cut your hair, by January it had grown like this much. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how my hair's growing back. I was just like, oh my gosh, I don't know how my hair's growing so quickly. But obviously like I was using certain products and stuff that were kind of like a great help, and they had like castor oil infused in them and stuff, so it did help. And obviously because like I had cut off like the dead hair, so the new hair, the good hair, was growing back. And but I was so embarrassed. Like I just remember being so embarrassed to have it out. And I even remember like even when it was growing back, because my hair was growing back so fast, like when I tell you so fast. So by like January 2018, like it was about here. And obviously like by then I was actually able to like cane row my hair back. So it was like just a small like fro, and then obviously it just kept growing gradually. And I still was so embarrassed. I was still so embarrassed by my hair. I still didn't want it out, even though it was growing, and now I didn't look too much like a little boy. I just felt like, okay, cool, like, but still I just didn't want to have it out, because obviously I didn't know what it was like to have my natural hair out. And I didn't know if obviously in a society that was rocking wigs, and in a place where people are rocking wigs, and you know people are not really having their natural hair out, or it's not necessarily glorified, I just kind of said like, how could people see me pretty? I can't be pretty if I'm not looking glamorous, if I'm not you know being what people want me to be, or what I see myself being. So I just kind of like was so embarrassed to have my hair out. And I remember like somebody that I was like seeing or whatever at the time, like they just kind of like I've never seen you without your wig on. And I was just kind of like, yeah, you don't need to. Because for me it was like, oh, I want to grow it. And I was telling myself, oh, if I have it at some kind of length, then I'll start to have it out. But my hair was growing and I didn't want to have it out. My hair was growing at a very fast pace, but I was too embarrassed to have it out. And you know, I was just telling myself, yeah, when I get it to like past my shoulders, I'm gonna have it out, you know, because I think obviously like I thought in my head like natural long hair is beautiful, like is so much better, and it's beautiful, and that's when it's more acceptable, when it's long. So like obviously I never used to have like my natural hair out, never used to have it out. You started wearing wigs, and then obviously as I was growing in Christ, like there was just a period where like I just stopped wearing wigs. And the way it happened was so drastic. Yeah, like I think people around me were just kind of like, you have hair under that wig, you actually have hair. Because I used to never have my natural hair out. And people that know me or knew me then can testify to this. Like I never used to have it out. At this point in my life, I think it was like last year, like Mayish, like the beginning of last year summer. And I actually like decided, let me just take my hair out, and I styled it, did my makeup, and like I was like, oh my god, like I actually look so cute. And the thing is, I actually underestimated how long my hair had gotten, because I never had it out like that. Like I'd have it out enough to like, you know, kind of let it breathe, probably like a day after I take it out, probably wash it and then put it straight back into cane rows, just so a wig can sit on my head. But like I never really had it out for that long. So when the day that I was like, okay, let me just have it out, like the compliments I was getting, like, oh my gosh, on my Snapchat and stuff, people were like, you actually have hair, Charlene, like you have hair and it's thick. And for me it was just weird, because again, I didn't know how long it had gotten. So when I was obviously like styling and stuff, I was like, oh my god, my hair's actually like this long and it's thick. Like damn, I didn't know that. I didn't know it could do that. Hair can do that. Hair can do that. The way it happened, like it started on one day, and then I just kind of like started doing it and just left it out. And then people would be like, oh Charlene, like you haven't worn a wig in a while. And I was like, oh my god, like no, shucks, oh my gosh, I didn't know that I didn't have my wig on. Like do you know? Like it just became so natural, like it just became so natural to me, like not having my wigs. And it got to the point when like my wigs now sit in my plastic bag. I mean, from time to time I wear it when I just want to have my hair out of the way and, you know, out of the cold and stuff like that. But like now it's gotten to a point where like I have my natural hair out a lot of the time, and I've actually grown to love my natural hair in this state. And I think that was God basically starting a process within me to actually accept myself, because for me to hide under wigs and hide under, you know, pretenses, because a wig that's not your true and natural self. It was me just kind of like wanting to become who I wanted to be in my head, and not necessarily who God wanted me to be. It was just a wake-up call for me that you need to learn to embrace who you are from the beginning. You need to embrace who God's made you to be, because if you can't embrace your natural self, then even the person that you try and portray yourself to be, you won't be able to embrace that image either. No matter how many times you change your hair, how many times you do your makeup, how many times you change your outfits, you won't be able to accept yourself, because you haven't accepted your natural state. What's crazy is the fact that I was embarrassed about my natural state. I was embarrassed about being me. I was embarrassed about embracing who I actually was, and, you know, going out and being, you know, different. And it was an issue, because why was I so embarrassed? What was there to be embarrassed about? It was just my natural hair. I remember a friend of mine at the time was like, yo, Charlene, like, you're going out with your hair in a fro. That's something you would never have done. And I was like, yo, I know, but obviously like something within me was changing, but as it was changing within me, it was showing out on the outside. So what is my point in telling you guys this story? My point in telling you guys this story is, don't be afraid to embrace who you actually are. Don't be afraid to step out and be different. Don't be afraid to accept who you are naturally. Because in accepting who you are naturally, you actually embody the person that God actually made you to be in and out. Because if I didn't accept my natural hair, I would still be putting out this facade that yes, I love myself with my wigs and but that's not my hair. That's not my natural state. And in the Bible, it says that the hair of a woman is her glory and it is her covering. And for me personally, it's like, how could I be so quick to discredit my natural state, discredit my crown, discredit my glory, because I felt like society, or I feel like people wouldn't accept me? That's when now I look back and I'm like, I cared too much about what people thought about me, and I cared too much about how I wanted to portray myself to other people. I cared too much about being perfect to the world and being perfect in my head, that even just not to say my natural hair is an imperfection. Oh darling, I'm perfect with my natural hair, girl. But it's just the fact that I saw it as an imperfection. Me not accepting my glory, me not accepting myself, my natural state, was really the bigger picture of me not actually accepting the glory that the Lord has for me. Me not accepting the mandate that the Lord has for my life. Because in having my natural hair out, I started to see a lot of other different changes within myself and accepting certain things and really having my eyes opened on certain things. Sometimes certain things are just so much more bigger than what it seems. But for us, naturally, we just think that, no, it's just my hair. Like, I don't need to have it out. It's just my face. I don't need to not wear makeup. I want to wear makeup. But in you know, taking the time to really love yourself, because now I can wear a wig and I don't need to depend. I don't need to depend on a wig. I don't need to depend on it for my beauty. I don't need to depend on it for me to feel better about myself. You know, like I said, I'm going through my process and trying to actually accept myself as a whole, but my hair was the beginning of it. Because for the Lord to say that your hair is your glory, and for the Lord to say that your hair is your covering in his word, that means that it's important to him that you actually accept yourself through and through, in every state that you're in everything that you are, including your hair. And you're not putting fake things on your hair to make yourself feel whole, because that's what I was doing. And I didn't need that. I just needed to just be me. And even just now, I'm learning, as I'm speaking, I'm learning that, yes, I wanted to actually, I was embarrassed of my glory. I was embarrassed of my glory. I was embarrassed of my crown. I was embarrassed of my covering. But where I am now, I can listen, guys. You have seen, I've been on this channel as with my hair doing higgity haggada. So you know that at this point, I don't care how I look in front of you. I don't really care how I look in terms of my natural hair. I don't care how I look. I just have my hair anyhow on this channel. You guys have seen it. You've seen evidence of it. So I know I'm not just talking out of my eyes. So honestly, just learn to embrace you. Learn to embrace you. Learn to embrace the natural you. Let it become something that you start doing from today onwards, because you need to learn to embrace who you are yourself. And sometimes it may seem like you're used to a certain state, you're used to certain things, because I was used to having my hair relaxed, I was used to having my hair done all the time, I was used to wigs, I was used to weaves, I was used to braids, that I wasn't actually used to the actual thing on my head that was holding these things. Like, I wasn't used to the foundation. I wasn't used to the foundation and the roots of those hairstyles. You understand? So really and truly, guys, like, don't be me. Don't let it wait out for so long. Don't let it come to a point where you have to cut off your hair. Don't let it come to a point where, like, you're forced or you're put in a situation where you have to. Like, let it be me telling you, this is the sign that you need for me to tell you that, yes, my darling, you need to start loving yourself right now. You need to start embracing yourself. In embracing yourself, you learn so many things about yourself, and it's just, that's the beauty of it. That's honestly the beauty of it. Like I said, I'm going through my process, but it started with my hair. And, you know, I believe that the Lord will continue to do great things within me. I believe that he will keep molding me and shaping me as I should be molded and shaped. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. God bless you all the time you watch this video. Morning, Nina, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.